Here we go again for the second part. So in the previous part, we have stopped at cutting the sequences of the different of the video, how to replace them, how to place them in different places, parts, and so on. Okay. So now I have already cut my video and I have taken a sequence from one place and put it in a different place. I'm going back to the first sequence and I will do the same operation again. It's going to be arbitrary, okay? I'm going to cut the video really arbitrary in a lousy manner, just to show you some examples.
Anglo-Saxon, or whatever happened to the Jutes. The English language begins with the phrase "Up yours, Caesar," as the Romans leave Britain, and a lot of Germanic tribes start flooding in.
Okay, so now I have again one more sequence. I'm going to take it and drag it here. Okay, so I have my first sequence, second sequence, and third sequence. But if you have noticed, while playing the video, the sound was really bothering. The background music was really high, and the sound of the video was also high. So what you will do here is to double click the sound. See that the sound starts here, okay? Or the background, the soundtrack starts here. So I'm going to play the music again, and I will cut the music right where the video ends. Why would I do that? That's because I will need to play or just a little with the volume of the soundtrack in order not to have both sounds high or very loud. I'm going to keep the volume of the video loud, but the soundtrack is going to decrease during the sequence in order not to have this confusion with the sound. Okay, so I'm going to cut the sound here. Okay, so I have part 2 and part 3. Part 3 begins here. This is where my next sequence is. So I'm going to again press here in the beginning of the sequence, cut the music, and then I'm going to put my mouse again here, and cut. Okay, so this is one more part of the soundtrack which was cut. And finally, I will again cut the sound here and at the end of the sequence, which is here. Okay, now what I will be doing is to double click the sequences that I have cut and lower down the volume of the music, and this is how it's going to be.
Anglo-Saxon, or whatever happened to the Jutes. The English language begins with the phrase "Up yours, Caesar," as the Romans leave Britain, and a lot of Germanic tribes start flooding in.
If you would notice, the volume is different. It's lower here, but in the next part, it's higher. Okay? This is what I'm going to do again in the next sequence. So if you have different sequences, this is what you are going to do to the soundtrack in order not to have a confusion in the sound. If you have your own narration, this is what you're going to do too, okay? Your narration should be always higher and louder than the soundtrack. You don't want to have a confusion of sound there. So let's have a look at the final project.
To take on funky new words from Latin like martyr, bishop, font. Along came the Vikings, with their action man words like drag, ransack, thrust and die. They may have raped and pillaged, but they were also into give and take. 2 of around 2,000 words they gave English, as well as the phrase, "Watch out for that man with the enormous axe."
See that the moment the video sequence ends, the music goes higher, and that's because I have only lowered the music of the part in which I have someone speaking. Okay, so I guess we have now come to the end of this video editing. Oh, one more thing I haven't spoken about. You should go back to, I think it's here. No, it's the video editing. Yes, to the video editing options. Now in the video editing options, you will see this. This is here the timing for each sequence. This is how long each sequence is going to stay. You have noticed here, for example, I would take this photo. Most of them here, they are set automatically on 7 seconds. That is, all the pictures are going to stay there for 7 seconds, but you can keep them there for longer or a shorter time. Example, I don't have much text here, so I can change this to 3 seconds. But I have a lot of text here, so I'm going to change this to 9 seconds. And this is going to be, let's say, 12 seconds. Okay, so I'm here playing with the timing of each slide or each picture or sequence, and thus they are not going to be boring. That is, things will be moving, they will be more vivid and more dynamic, and of course you will be given the time to your audience to see things clearly. Okay, so if you use this this tool, you're going to make it much easier for your audience to follow you. Let's have a look at what we have done. See, I have selected 3 seconds for this picture. This is why it was very fast, but 10 seconds for this one. And this is why it was much longer, or rather 8 seconds. Okay? Now, this video was made using this is not truly a software, but a tool that I found on the internet. This is called Screencast-Matic. Okay, so this tool has allowed me to record this session online for you. It's a video screen recorder that you can use, and that uses both camera and sound. You can even you can either record only the screen or open your personal camera too. Okay, you just have to go here, press the button, and you can just select your options and the recording will begin. I cannot show you a tutorial now because I am using it. One more thing I forgot to mention is how to save your project. This is very important because the beginners will often fail here. While saving your project, you have the options of saving the project, saving as, and publishing the film, okay, or saving the film. What you will do in order to submit your work is to save as a film and not as a project. If you save it as a project, it's going to stay an open project the way you see it in the screen, and you can go back to it at any time and edit at any time. But if you save it as a film, that is going to be the last version you're going to submit to your teacher, who is me, and it's not going to be edited anymore. It's the final version that you will not be able to edit anymore. So I'm going to save as film, and I'm going to choose this option here. Okay, save in order to be read on a computer. So I'm going to give it a title. Let's say creativity. All right, and save. The saving operation will take some time, but at the end, once it's done, you will be asked to, or you will be told or informed that the saving was over and you can watch your video. Okay? So we have come to the end of this video. I'm not going to catch you until the end of the saving of the video because it's going to take some time. I hope that I have made everything clear to you, and good luck. Okay, bye bye.